What is this? Mount Everest? Oh my God, this is too much. This is too much. This guy, he thinks that he's a big guy. He's tough. He thinks he's something. I think he's arrogant about it. What are you thinking of yourself? Why are you smiling all the time? And you're writing here, there, everywhere. Writing. So many books. Come on. Your parents never told you not to climb trees and rocks and mountains? Today, he's going to talk about this Mount Everest journey, his experience over there. Welcome back, guys. This is Rach's Rich Podcast. Once again with Mohamed Isa.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And let me answer your question. You know, my dad and my mom, they didn't want us to climb any tree when we were young, and I think I never heard that advice. And I was very naughty when I was a small kid. And I can tell you, there is this bucket. It's a flat bucket. It's not like the deep bucket you have. They use it for washing clothes in the past. You know what? It comes in, it's like a steel or aluminium. I used to take that, go to my grandfather's house, and go to the stairs and sit inside and swing over the stairs. So that was Mohamed Isa when I was a kid. So when I'm in this age, I have to do more crazy thing. And going to Everest Base Camp is definitely a crazy adventure, and I'm really happy to be back and to talk and share about my experience.
How did you get this thought of going to Mount Everest? How did you come to decision? How did you make this decision, and who was behind it?
I'll tell you something. This Everest kept coming in my life, and I remember watching a DVD, a learning program on public speaking about how do you have stories with impact. And they were saying you don't have to climb Mount Everest to have an effective story. And that example always is stuck in my mind. You don't have to climb. You can have any normal story to be an effective public speaker. So that was the first thing. Then 2 years ago, I met a Bahraini gentleman. And he keeps going to Everest Base Camp every year for the last I don't know how many years.
Wow.
And I forgot about Everest, and I forgot about that man. This year, and not this year, when we met last year over here, I had many courses running in Riyadh to several banks. And I was showing them all these adventures that I've done in my life, and jumping from an airplane, doing all these crazy things. And I joked around by saying, I don't know what's next. Maybe go to Everest.
Okay.
That was just a thought that I floated in Riyadh. So fast forward, I was in Bahrain in January, and I don't know what was happening. I was just browsing through my phone and looking at all these Instagram feed. All these posts that were coming my way, when you go on Instagram or Facebook or any other social media app, you just keep on going. They never finish. So there was this sponsored ad by Dr. Ali Al-Ajmi. He's from Oman, and he's saying Everest Base Camp. And I thought, this is very interesting. Let me see. And I sent him a message. Immediately.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Immediately. And this was on 16th January 2022, this year. Okay? Assalamu alaikum, doctor. Greetings from Bahrain. And then he replied, and he sent me the details. We moved to WhatsApp. Then he said, if you want, I can call you to answer all your questions about this trip. I said, yeah. Why not? Give me a call and we'll discuss. He said, okay, what questions do you have? I said, I have only one question. Can we buy hot water over there? Because, I don't like cold water and being there in freezing temperature in the minus. He said, yeah, you can buy hot water. Yeah. And I thought, okay, I'm coming with you. He said, that's it? I said, yeah, that's it. He said, you don't have any other question? I said, no, I don't have any other question. I'll do my research. If I have anything else, I'll come back to you. That's it.
Wow.
So I jumped on YouTube, started looking at many videos of people who went to Everest Base Camp. They call it EBC for short, and started looking at what they were doing. I started going to international adventure companies and looking at their website and what they have to say. I went so deep that the flight we took from Kathmandu to Lukla, I told all my friends, sit on the left side because the scenery on the left side window is much better than the right one. I went to that kind of details. Because, the problem with people, most people, they overthink. They overthink, regardless of the decision. We're talking about Everest, but Everest could be anything. It could be quitting your job, joining another company, or buying a house, buying a new car, selling a car, doing any kind of decisions. People overthink. I think life would become much easier, much smoother if we think a little bit and then make a decision.
But did you really measure the risk factors involved in all of this? Did you calculate all the risk factors before and after and during?
Risk is a very nice word, risk, okay? This is a risky proposition, going to Everest. It's very risky, and I should highlight to people watching this, there are two kinds of trips to Everest. You go to the base camp and you go to the summit. Now, the base camp is 5,364 meters high, okay? It's like 6.5 times the height of Burj Khalifa in Dubai. The summit is 8,848. This is $60,000.
Okay.
And you need to be there for
$65,000.
You need to be there for 6 to 8 weeks. That's 2 months almost. Over here, 2 weeks. The whole trip from Kathmandu to the base camp, maybe 2 weeks maximum. Okay. So in terms of money, in terms of time, in terms of preparation, because what we did is called trekking. There are two types of human activity. Walking is just walking. Hiking is hiking. Hiking, you can go a little bit higher, but the trekking means it's much challenging because you go up, you go down, you go up, and you go down, and you have to suffer because oxygen levels, starting from 2,000 meters onwards, oxygen levels go down, and you as a human being cannot endure these kind of conditions unless you prepare your body. And this is the technical term, they call it acclimatization, where you go gradually. For example, let's say we start from Lukla and we take a helicopter and we go to Gorakshep. You think to yourself, this is fantastic. I'm here 30 minutes while people take 7 days. I'm here in 30 minutes. But your body is not acclimatized for the oxygen levels. So, yes, you had a shortcut of 30 minutes, but your body is not ready, and chances to go to the Everest Base Camp, you'll have so much problems.
So then what happened?
We stayed in 2 villages for 2 nights just to acclimatize. We went to Namshi Bazaar. We stayed over here 2 nights, and then Ding Bushe we stayed for 2 nights, and the second day what we do is we go to a higher level and then come down, so that your body get acclimatized, you get used to the lower level of oxygen, and they can measure the oxygen in your blood. That's one thing we did to counter the lower oxygen level. The other thing, there is a tablet we took. It makes the blood thinner. So Diamox, we used to take half a tablet every day, just to. It's like an insurance policy. You drive your car. You hope you will not need the insurance policy, because otherwise, if you get the what they call the high altitude sickness, you feel headache, you feel drowsy, you feel. Your stomach is not stable, and there are so many other symptoms. And when you are going to Everest, you don't want any of that.
How was your preparation for the expedition?
We can talk about 2 types of preparation. And there is the mental preparation. You tell yourself, I can do this. and then the physical preparation.
Yeah.
And of course, in Bahrain we don't have mountains.
Yeah.
The friends we had from Oman, from UAE, they have mountains. They can go hiking, they can go trekking, so they were used to these kind of heights.
Yeah.
We had Hamad from Abu Dhabi, and we had Kawthar from Oman, and they were natural in the mountain. They were natural. In Bahrain, where do we go? We have this the Jabal Dakhan, the smoke mountain. It's not technically it's not a mountain. It's just 114 meters high. It's not technically a mountain. And you cannot practice on that. You're talking about thousands of meters over here, thousands of meters. So first, you need to tell yourself you can do it, and then physical preparation in a way that you take daily walks, you carry a backpack with weight in it, for example. And maybe if you have a fancy treadmill, you can program the treadmill to say Everest Base Camp, because now the treadmills and the machines are so advanced, you can choose what are you doing.
Okay.
So some people are lucky, they have access to that in their gym or in their houses, so you can say Everest Base Camp. So every day the treadmill will program your body to do something. So this is the preparation you can do in terms of physical, and hopefully when you go there you're not feeling sick or anything, and that would help. So many things to consider, and speaking of mental...
Did you even check it is winter or spring or which season it was?
See, I had a trust in the organizer, because this was his, I think, fifth or fourth expedition to Everest Base Camp.
Planned,
So the guy, he knows what he's doing, so I was putting all my trust in this gentleman and his team in Nepal, because he's dealing with a Nepalese company in terms of the movement and everything, the guides, the porters. So I had full trust. Usually on a regular trip, I would do my research. I will go and look at Google Maps. This trip, no, just the videos on YouTube. That's it.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you something. Now, you see this beautiful map over here. If I went to Google Maps and I zoomed in and I just tracked everything, and I could see there are green areas, I could see there are waterfalls, there are rivers, and then I spoiled it for myself.
Okay.
I wanted to go there and enjoy the scenery. I wanted to experience it firsthand. Yes, on YouTube you see some scenery, but it's not like when you go on Google Maps you will see everything. I didn't want to do that. So yes, I researched very well, but did not exceed a certain level that I do. For example, if I were going to a country in Europe, I would have done all the YouTube plus the Google Maps. But for this trip, I wanted to savor the moments.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something. We had crossed many suspension bridges, and some people are afraid of that. I flew to Kathmandu, thinking, I want to do this. I want to go on the suspension bridge, walk across it, look at the sceneries around it, take photos, take selfies, take videos. Other people were afraid. It did not shake this way. No, it shook this way.
Okay.
Because of the steps of the people.
Okay.
And that's what I encourage people to do. Not to research too much. You spoil what you're going to see.
Yeah, you'll not experience really.
Yes.
Who are these team members, man? Who are these people with you? I see Oman flag, I see Emarat flag and different flags.
Let me give you maybe a brief background about the team. We had me, okay. Then we had Ahmed Salman from Bahrain. Ahmed is an engineer, a very fit guy. He's a scuba diver instructor. Wow. He's a first aid instructor. Then we had May. May, she's Bahraini, and she's an HR professional. She's working for an IT company. Then we had Hassan. Hassan is another engineer, just like Ahmed, and he's working for an oil and gas company. Hassan, perhaps he had the biggest challenge because Hassan works in Saudi. He didn't have any time to prepare whatsoever.
Wow.
Whatsoever.
Coming is already.
Yeah. He will arrive to Bahrain 7 o'clock or whatever, okay, in the evening. So Hassan did not prepare. Then you have the champions I call them the champions, and all of us are champions, but these are the true champions. Because as I told you, Hamid from Abu Dhabi, he's into finance, and he works in an oil and gas company, and he loves hiking. So he's very used to these kind of activities. We all use the sticks. Hamid did not use the sticks.
Normal.
Yeah, he was just walking, mashallah. He was just walking, okay? He was always in the front, taking it easy, and, it was something just like drinking coffee for him. Okay, then you have Kauthar again. Kauthar, I don't know why our team was full of finance people.
Okay.
Kauthar is, again, finance, oil and gas.
Wow.
And Kauthar, she hikes 3 to 4 times in Oman. And again, she was very natural. This was like a smooth ride for her.
So you said you trusted the leadership of the person you were going with.
Yes.
But still, when you're going to such kind of adventures, this is not like a workshop. I'm sure during these adventures, you're going to have challenges. And what were your challenges? How did you face it?
I would consider myself average when it came to the preparation, because in the last 2 weeks before the trip, I had a project with an international company that took my whole time during the holy month of Ramadan. Right. I did not see so many people because of the pressure and the deadlines that I had to deliver, and I knew I would be traveling. I had to finish everything because our trip was an Eid. So while people were having majboos, we were on the flight. Ahmed, he injured his knee in the first 2 days. So, you walk with your knees. You have to have your knees.
Yes.
So Ahmed had that problem. We had Hassan, because he did not prepare. He was challenged very much, You cannot... Yes, we said mental preparation is key. You tell yourself you can do this. But when you face these big rocks and small rocks, uphill and downhill... No, you need to have that physical stamina with you.
Yeah.
So May was challenged as well. Okay, but she kept going and kept going and kept going. So the physical challenge and the mental challenge will always come. Okay, there are other challenges as well. When you travel in the Gulf and Europe or wherever, you check into nice hotels.
Right.
Over here, finish, man. Starting from this area called Fakding. So you had to use the common toilets with all the other people. And they don't call them hotel. They call them tea house or a lodge. And this is a much, very, very downgrade, lowest kind of hotel you can stay. Namshi, we had an attached bathroom, and this was the last hot shower we had during the trip. Yeah? So 2 days over here, we had shower. That's no problem. Then we went here. That's 1 day without shower. Ding Boucher, 2 nights without shower. La Boucher, 1 night without shower. Gorak Ship, 1 night without shower. So you can imagine. And having a shower is something...
Almost like 7 days.
Yeah, having a shower is something natural to us, right? But how can you have a shower when there is no hot water? Okay? So when I asked the doctor, can I buy hot water? He said yes. He was referring to the drinking water. And there were some facilities within these where you can pay to have hot shower, but there was a big problem. If you paid, you need to go outside the hotel or outside the tea house to have a hot shower and then walk in the cold back to the hotel. And this is a big risk,
Yeah.
You just came out from a very hot shower and you're out to minus degrees. So that was not an option. So we all agreed, and we were laughing about this to say, guys, all of us are not taking shower. So just relax, Relax. I told you before I came to you, I had 2 shawarmas and I had matcha tea, very hot and very lovely, delicious tea. Then I came to you and I'm very relaxed. I'm talking to you, you're talking to me. Over there, we became vegetarian people. And they have this national dish called dal bat. It's dal, lentil, with the white rice and some curry, vegetable curry. And that was their national dish. And I joked about it. I said, when I go back to Bahrain, I will not have dal for 1 year. Yeah, because we were stuck with food. We cannot eat the meat, the chicken, and because they don't have electricity, everything is solar powered. You are not sure about the storage of the meat or the chicken. So even if you are okay with eating meat and chicken in Nepal, you need to worry about this because the storage, there's no electricity. You know, we have this nice lighting in this room. We have this nice lighting in this room. Over there, you have only one light in the room, and it's not enough. That's why I had a torch with me all the time.
Really?
Yeah. If I go to the toilet, I'll have my torch with me. Now, speaking of the toilets, what do you think we get over there? This is a challenge itself, you know. Over here, you have this hose, and you clean yourself or whatever.
You feel grateful for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You know, when I came back to Bahrain, I wanted to kiss it. I said, I miss you, man. Because over there, either there's no water, or there is a big drum, blue drum, and there is a small bucket where you can use this to wash yourself. There's no running water. They have a drum over the sink, and they have a valve. So if the drum is empty, there's no water. And you had to use everything, your own tissue roll, your own soap, your own shampoo if you have hair. And you know, during the trip, as part of the preparation, I created a checklist for all of us. And I threw it in a WhatsApp group, and I told them, okay, add to this. And we started adding, and I have this, I can see how many things we added. But one of the things that made me laugh at that time is someone said, you need to get dry shampoo. I said, what's dry shampoo? He said, this is a shampoo girls can use so that they don't feel too much pain in their scalp. And I said, thank God I'm bald. I don't have to use any water, liquid or powder or gas shampoo. I'm happy. So we built this list. We ran around 21 items or so. Yeah. So it was more of a collaborative thing. Yeah, that's the beauty of having a team. You know, you think of something and they think of something.
You might forget also.
Yes. Okay. Let's have a Bahraini flag. Big one. Okay. So I had two. I didn't tell them.
Okay, back up.
I made them buy so that maybe I forget my flag, they have their flag. And we bought small flags so that we put them in our backpacks. So when we walk, other people will see that we are from Bahrain. And sometimes people stop you when they know the flag. So are you from Bahrain? Yeah. And you start having a conversation with these people.
Wow.
And you talk about Bahrain, what do we have, why they should come back to Bahrain and visit Bahrain. We had all these kind of conversations with many nationalities, French, Norwegian, German, Polish, Canadian, American, British, people from Chile, people from Ecuador, people from all over the world.
You can meet them, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because everyone is going there.
So everyone comes to one point. Okay.
Yeah. So you meet along the way, and we had someone, he was French, he looked like Roger Federer, the tennis player. I said, man, you look like, can I take a selfie? He said, yeah, take a selfie. And that guy, when we finished the expedition, he did not have enough of Nepal. He's saying, I'm staying here for another 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
So he wants to explore other areas in Nepal. He wants to see the nature. Because, you know, Nepal, it has natural beauty just like Austria, just like Germany, like
it's
Italy.
A safe country.
Safe country. And you pay 1/3 of the price you pay in Europe. 1/3.
Yes.
Okay? So these are some of the things that I remember. And, you know, we had too much snacks with us. Too much snacks. we had so much snacks, gradually we were just giving out all the snacks we had. Sometimes you see small kids on the street and you give them, they become very happy. And it's nice to leave people smiling after you have left them. And I'll tell you what we had. It will surprise you. We had Hassan and Ahmed. They brought tuna. Tuna. They wanted protein, so they brought tuna. I exceeded them by far. I took with me to Nepal dried fish. They didn't believe me. They said, no way. I said, no, we will have it. So in many of the breaks we had along the journey, I would just pull one bag and they will have the fried rice and the white rice, and they'll just split all this dry fish across the plates, and we were having all the food we can, because you need energy. And one thing the organizer of the trip, Dr. Ali, said, as you go up, as you go higher, you lose appetite. Our team was different. The more we went up, the more we were felt hungry. And everyone was like, do you have food in your rooms? Yeah, bring it. And we reached a stage where we started ordering popcorn from the restaurant.
Okay.
In the mountain, popcorn. And people were looking at us. What are these people? Because Dr. Ali told us you will be losing 3 to 5 kg after you finish this expedition. I only lost like 1.5 kg because we were eating so much.
12,000 calories.
Yeah. So we were eating so much just to sustain ourselves. I had a bag full of chocolate. I don't eat so much chocolate regularly. But over there, I had Snickers, I had Twix, I had Mars, I had Bounty, I had everything. You pull the bag from my backpack, you see all these kind of things. So we were ready in terms of food. We were ready and more than ready. We could donate food to others. So that was part of our preparation. I'll tell you something about not having a shower. Okay, not having a shower. May found out there is a type of towels they sell in Saudi. It's a dry towel, not a dry. It's a towel just like the napkin they give you in a restaurant, right? So you have this towel. It contains body wash liquid. So you don't have to have water. Just remove your clothes and just
alcohol
swab
type.
Wipe your body with it, and then you have the other one because they come in pairs. So the one with the body wash and the other one to dry yourself. So I surprised them. I had my friend Abdullah Abendi. You had Abdullah Abendi over here, right? Yeah. He brought it from Riyadh, and I surprised them when we were there, and I gave them these towels, and they were very happy because now they have a solution, because we knew we will not have shower from Namshi. So now we can use these towels to pretend that we had a shower. Okay.
Shower.
It was so cold. Only Ahmed was brave enough to try them once, only on his chest. That's it. That's it.
So it wasn't used.
Yeah. I brought the whole pack with me. I did not open it. So these are kind of challenges that will show you that
even preparation is not going to work.
Whatever you do, you can never be ready for the mountains. You can just try, keep. Yeah, man, that's part of the challenge. When you go on an expedition like this, you are expanding your comfort zone. As simple as that. Because there's the mental side, there is the physical side, and you expand. I don't know if I told you this before, but I have an injury in my back. It's incurable. Okay? So one of the things that I had to convince myself, I had to sell myself before going on this expedition, you will not have that pain during the trip.
Okay.
Because if that pain came, oh my God, I'll be done. It didn't come, not a single minute. Because your mind is taking care of all these things. So mental preparation is very important, and that's why I had a partnership with the Child and Family Foundation Clinic in Bahrain to promote mental health and mental resilience. And they were very kind enough. They supported me with so much social media content. So I was posting on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They gave me so much good content for people to know about mental health, mental resilience. Because, these topics are not talked about.
Yes.
Mental health, if I tell you about if I talk
it's
to you...
It's all mechanical books here and there.
Yeah, if I tell you about mental health and say, no, do you think I'm crazy? You're talking to me about mental health? No, it's not about being crazy or not. It's about having the mental capacity, the mental resilience. When you have a challenge, do you become a coward or do you become a brave person to embrace the challenge and take it on? So I had a fantastic time with the Child Foundation Center. They gave me so much content that I can distribute on my social media account. And I met someone interesting in Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal. He was wearing a shirt and it said mental health. And I had a conversation with him. Why this is important to you? He said, yeah, we need it. He said, we need mental health to function properly. And as a veteran, I was in the army. Whenever you retire from the army, you have all these mental issues. You need to have the support. You need to have people to guide you on how to have a stable life after you retire from the... So this is a topic that we need to talk about more often in Bahrain and beyond. Because, many people are suffering because of mental health.
Yes.
Think about the Corona and what happened.
It's a new disease.
Everyone was challenged during Corona, mentally. Physically, you can put the mask and hopefully you will not contract the COVID.
Yeah.
But mentally, you are thinking. I know some people, they were so afraid they didn't want to go out at all. And that's mental. That's not physical. So this is one collaboration I had during the expedition to promote mental health.
I know you like karak chai, and we call it karak chai in India. And did you have any karak chai there?
Oh, chai karak. It wasn't called chai karak over there in Nepal. Just like India, they call it masala tea. And masala is a little bit different than the chai karak we have in Bahrain and the Gulf. It's more spices in the chai and the tea. And yes, I had. And if you ask me, I will... in all these tea shops, you can order masala tea. But I had 3 cups that I will never forget. 3 cups of masala tea. When we finished the expedition, when we reached the Everest Base Camp, we came back, we slept one night in Gorak ship. And we flew by helicopter to Lukla over here. Okay? And Lukla has the most dangerous airport in the world. Why? Because of the terrains, because of the mountains, because of the weather. It could be foggy, it could be cloudy, and if you have that, airplanes will not fly. And I'm not talking about jet airplanes, big ones. No, I'm talking about small airplanes with the turbines like this. Yeah, not hilly. I don't know what they call it. It's a very small airplane. It can occupy only 12 people. That's it.
Okay. I got it.
Yes, they have a turbine, 2 turbines, and you can actually flip them to make them run. Okay, so these airplanes, they fly to Lukla Airport, between Lukla and other areas as well. So to go to Lukla, to go from Lukla to Kathmandu, we need to use these small airplanes. They have a name, I cannot remember, but maybe later on when you edit this video, I'll give you the name, you can put it. Okay?
Okay.
So we were stuck in Lukla for 3 days because of the weather. But before I tell you about getting stuck, when we arrived, our guide, his name is Ganesh, he told us, let me give you some good news. So yeah, tell us some good news. He said, in this hotel, you will have your own bathroom. And you will have hot shower. We were excited.
Okay.
Because I gave you how many days we didn't shower, right?
Yeah.
So 1 day, 2, that's 3, 4, 5. So 1 day without shower, 2 days without shower, another day, that's 4, and Gorak ship, this is day 5. So we're coming back to Lukla, and now he's telling us we can have a hot shower. It's like, something big, something so big. Because, in Bahrain, you can take shower anytime you want. But over there, we want to feel fresh. We wanted to feel fresh. So we had one shower, hot shower. Then it became cloudy, it became foggy, and because the heater is powered by solar, only one hot shower. And it wasn't hot, it was warm shower, I would say. Okay, because in a hot shower,
just room temperature stuff.
In a hot shower, you wouldn't get out from the. But a warm shower, I say, I had enough, let's go. So that's the first thing about Lukla. And then we were stuck for 3 days. We didn't know. And funny, Hamid from Abu Dhabi told us, because he was the only one who did not take the helicopter from Gorak ship to Lukla. He said, I'll walk back.
Really?
Yeah. And usually people take 3 days to walk back. MashaAllah, he walked, I think, in 2 days from Gorak ship.
So you guys waited for him for 2 days?
Not waited for him. I'll tell you what. We were stuck. But this is what he said when he left us in Gorak ship. He said, guys, I have this feeling. You'll go to Lukla. You'll be stuck over there.
Allah.
I'll finish my walk from Gorak ship and I'll meet you in the hotel in Lukla. And I'll be laughing at you.
Really happened.
And this is what happened. He was nice. He didn't laugh. But, this is what happened. So during this time, we discovered, we uncovered Lukla so much. We knew everything about Lukla. So one day we were joking around by saying we need to have Alu Bashir. With this cold weather, you need to have Alu Bashir. So we were walking in one of the streets of Lukla, and there was a restaurant called Everest Momo restaurant. And Momo is another traditional food item they have. I don't like it, but some people like it. So while passing, I told them, look, they have samosas, big samosas like Alu Bashir. He said, no. Look at this place. Look at this. No. This is. I said, come on, guys. You have experienced all of this, and now you are complaining on look at the place. No. So I talked to the Nepalese woman, and I said, can we have hot samosa? And she said, yeah, come after 5 minutes and we'll have it ready for you. So we went behind the restaurant, we took some more photos, and then we came back, we entered. Ahmed was not with us at this time. It was me, Ahmed, Hassan, May, and Kauthar. Even Kauthar wasn't there. In any case, so we had the samosa. It was fantastic. We loved it. And this is what we said. We're coming back tomorrow for the sambusa.
Really?
And they didn't have gas to cook the sambusa.
Okay.
They had branches. They had wood. So this was the old way of cooking. And this was not a real restaurant. This was a house.
Okay.
So they had the bedroom in the back, but they were opening the front of the house and acting as if it were a restaurant. And that was the beauty about it. You can see how they live. You can see they don't have a flat TV like the one you have. They have the big ones, and they had a stereo with 2 cassette decks. Yeah, they had all of this.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you don't see their kids with iPads like we do, because they don't have enough electricity. So there was some election in Nepal during that time. And that's why we were stuck in Gorak ship as well, because helicopters were not allowed to, airplanes, everything, were not allowed on the election day to fly unless it's an emergency. So the first night we stayed in Lukla. The second day, I was up around 1 o'clock. There was the party who lost the election. And they had like a march.
Party who lost the election or
yes.
won the election?
No, the political party that lost the election, they had a march around 1 o'clock in the morning. They were protesting, basically drumming and all of these things. And I thought, this is interesting dynamic to see all of this. And I didn't sleep so much. At 5, I was up, and I thought, what should I do now? I'm not going to bed. Bed is very cold. And by the way, we were sleeping in sleeping bags all the way. And the sleeping bags were designed to withstand a minus 20 degrees weather. Okay? So the only way for you to sleep well is to get into the sleeping bag and have the blanket they have in the room over the sleeping bag. Okay? So I thought, I will not go to the sleeping bag. Let me go out. Finish. Let me go out. So while I was walking on the streets of Lukla, I could hear songs, and people cheering, and people are happy. And I reached a place where they had all these flags, white flags, and they were dancing and singing, and they had a very big speaker, very loud. And I was enjoying, I was just watching. This is nice to see all of this cultural things. They are winning election, they are happy, they are singing. And after a while, someone came out with a big tray full of masala tea.
Wow.
And being Mohamed Isa, I extended my hand. I took one, and it was so tasty. It was so tasty that I thought, man, this is good. I woke up so early. Now I get to experience this. And then there was another tray full of different types of biscuits. And I had biscuits, but I didn't dip the biscuit in the masala. I was so hungry, I just eating the biscuits. I was just admiring them, and they had like a scarf donating the political party. It was white, and there was another one, beige. Yeah. So one lady came, and I told her, give me one. Yeah. And I put it on myself. This
is one of the dresses which you have worn.
No, this is different. Okay. This is different. I'll come back to this. So they gave me these scarves, and there was a big man, old man. He was looking at me every now and then, and he was saying, good man, good man, good man.
Thank you.
Namaste, namaste. I know nothing was happening, but thank you so much. So then, when I finished the tea, finished eating the biscuit, I had so much biscuit that day, I sneaked around them and continued walking to the gate of what they call it over here, Sagramata National Park. This is the national park. You enter from Lukla. So I wanted to walk and just have some fresh air. And the moment I left this group that was celebrating and dancing, I took these scarves and I put them in my jacket. Do you know why?
Why?
Maybe some opposition members will see me and they will beat the hell out of me.
Of course.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But you don't want to upset people. You're a guest over there, and you don't want to upset people. You want to leave a nice legacy behind you. Well, I was thinking, what if some opposition members, they see me wearing these scarves and, oh, you're not a good man. You're not a good man. But, just respect people, Yes. When you are with these people celebrating, I was putting these. Whenever I left them, I removed them, put them in my jacket. So this was one masala tea that I will never forget. Now, let's go back to the other two cups. As I told you, we were having so much fun. And this is a good segue because now I can talk about the dress after I finish the story. So we went to the same samosa shop. And this time we had Hamad with us.
Okay.
He joined us. He's joined us. Now we are back to six. And we told him, Hamad, you will taste some good samosas today. And I told you about the people who said, no, this is this place looks not good.
They are also crazy now.
Every one of them ordered 2 samosas. Not 1, 2. Okay? So we ordered one for Hamad, and we were surprised there was a Nepalese guy. His name is Purna. And he started talking to us in Arabic. I said, how do you know? He said, I was working in Saudi for 6.5 years, and that's how I know. He said, okay, Purna, can you do us a favor? we don't know whether your daughter can, your sister, because the owner of the house was his sister. Can you check with your sister if she can make us masala tea? But we don't want your water. We want mineral water. And we will pay for the difference. Okay? Because, the Nepalese people are used to their water. Our bodies will not be.
Yeah.
So he said, yeah, sure. And this is what they did. This is one of the experiences that I will never forget. They went outside. They bought the masala tea ingredients, the spices. And they started grinding the spices. How? They didn't have a machine. Do you see this wooden tool they use in making pizza?
Yeah.
That's how they ground these spices. And I was watching all of this.
Really?
Yeah. And then he brought maybe a 2-liter flask and he poured all the masala tea for us. And while he was coming with the tray full of the masala tea, I acted like a football commentator. Oh, here comes Purna with the masala tea, and he's given away to Mohamed, and we were having so much fun. This is all impromptu.
Okay.
And he was smiling like this, Purna. And when he finished distributing all the tea, we gave him a big round of applause. He was happy. His sister was happy. The young kids in the house were laughing and having a good time. And the masala tea, out of this world.
Huh?
Out of this world.
It looks like it's special for them.
It was special because we had so many special moments associated with it. Because they agreed to make it. His sister was always making samosa. We never saw tea or something. Okay?
It was on special request.
It was on a special request. They had to buy the ingredients on the spot. And that shows you the hospitality of the Nepalese people. They were so kind. And there is a lesson.
I can see why you
and there is
named
a lesson,
your chai karak.
And there is a lesson for all the businesses out there. If these people who are uneducated, ill-resourced, can create these experiences, what can you do for your customers, for your clients? You need to think.
Right.
You need to think. Okay? Now, let's go back to this dress. This is the national dress of the Sherpa. And
but you did not tell me about the third karak.
We had two with Purna.
Together? Okay.
Yes, we had two with Purna. Okay, so one with the party celebrating, and two with Purna. Now, coming back to the dress, I told you we had places where we had 2 nights of a stay, Namshi and Labushe. This is for acclimatization. In Namshi, we went very, very high to a hotel called Everest Viewpoint. As the name suggests, when you go onto the top, you see Everest.
This is whole Everest now.
Everest is here.
Okay.
Everest is here.
The mountain starts from Lukla.
Mountains are everywhere. Lukla sits around 3,000 meters high. And by the way, I forgot to tell you why this airport is risky. I forgot. Let's go back and then I'll go back to the Sherpa.
Yeah.
Okay? This airport is risky because I told you mountain, the weather, plus the runway where the flights or the airplanes come is only 527 meters long.
Half a kilometer.
So if the brakes don't work,
gone.
You hit a wall. Okay? Now, this is when you are landing. When you are taken off, if the airplane doesn't take off, you are falling from at least around 3,000 meters high.
Wow.
Okay, so either you fall or you hit a wall. That's.
But it's not like any usual happens. They take care of.
Accidents happen.
Yeah.
Accidents happen. Okay, and after we came back from Bahrain, there was an accident. Okay, yes. Okay. So
what's the rate out of 100? How many times?
I don't know. This is something that I will never look into, because if you start looking at these things, you will never go anywhere. But I'll tell you, the turbulence from Kathmandu to Lukla and Lukla to Kathmandu is amazing. It's like a roller coaster. If you're not used to the turbulence in airplanes, you will be scared to death. You'll be scared. Because, it's just a small airplane. It's not a big airplane, So, anyway, let's move to something more positive. So, let's go back to Namche and Everest viewpoint. There's a hotel, a 5-star hotel, and the 5-star hotel, they have a viewpoint for Everest, for you to see Everest. And this was the second chance for us to see Everest, but again, the clouds covered Everest. So we had a chance in Kathmandu to see Everest. The cloud covered Everest. In the hiking we took from Namche to acclimatize, again, the cloud blocked Everest. And from this time, I had this thought in my mind. Is it going to be that we will finish the whole Everest Base Camp trek?
This is your first...
Without seeing Everest? Because Everest is very high, but because of the location we're going
Angles.
through, there are other mountains blocking the vision from Everest. So anyway, so this is where we stayed 2 nights, Namche, and then we had Dingboche, we stayed 2 nights as well. And the second day in Dingboche was fantastic. We took a very nice hike to a very high level, and there is another prominent mountain called Amadablam, and
Tough names, man.
We could see it, and we took so many pictures of it, and not only that, when we came back from the hike, we had the whole afternoon to do whatever we wanted. So we agreed with our guide, Ganesh, if he can arrange for us Sherpa clothing, traditional clothing. So first they brought the woman type of clothing. And then Ahmed came and said, I want to wear this. Let her bring men's wear. And she went back and she brought the men's wear, the traditional dress for men.
Okay.
And I saw it and I thought, oh, this is good. This is very good. But I wasn't excited to go and try it. Then Hassan came. So, this looks very nice. I will try it myself as well. And when Hassan tried it, I say, okay, now Ahmed tried it. Hassan tried it. Hamad was sleeping at that time. I thought, I should try it. How many times you will come over here? And we did all try it. But there's a funny thing that happened that I know now Ahmed and Kauthar, they will kill me if they hear me talk about this. We thought, Ahmed, since you are wearing this, Kauthar, since you are wearing this, let's pretend we're having a Sherpa wedding. Ahmed is marrying Kauthar. So, just for fun, we took so many pictures of them, walking together, standing next to each other. And Kauthar was joking around saying, if my father sees these pictures, he will kill me.
For sure. Yeah.
How did you marry a Nepalese guy? Okay. So we were having so much fun, and in one of the scenes we made, as if they went to their house. And Ahmed was telling her, this is our house. And she didn't like the house. And they divorced at the same time. Okay. So their marriage only lasted for 35 minutes.
It was fun, man.
Yeah, we were having a blast. And after we had all of this, so many photos taken, so many videos taken, we removed the clothing and we went around, and we wanted to sit in a coffee shop and just chill and have fun. So we went to one coffee shop where we met one Indian family that was stuck with us in Lukla in the beginning, because in Kathmandu rather. Because when we flew from Kathmandu to Lukla, again we were stuck in the airport. Okay. But not 4 days, 5 hours. Okay? So you should be ready for all these challenges. Shouldn't we say, oh, Could have been there. What should we do over here now?
You enjoy even that 5 hours.
Just enjoy. So we met this Indian family over there, and we became friends. So we saw them in the coffee shop, and I went to them, and we had a selfie, we had a chat, and then I saw some two Russian ladies and one Serbian ladies. We kept bumping on each other during the trail, and we greeted them, and then we thought, let's go. This is a very crowded cafe. Let's go to another one, and we went to the other cafe, and I'm telling you, we were avaricious. We were eating everything that we could see. Usually, if you go outside in Bahrain with someone, they will take pictures of the food.
Yeah.
When we went to that cafe, we had cinnamon rolls, we had cupcakes, and we had coffee. We didn't take any pictures.
Enjoying this.
We didn't take any pictures. Just, it's finished.
So much hungry there.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, we
don't have time to think.
We don't have time to think of taking pictures or what have you.
Showing off that.
So it was fantastic time. We were laughing because we were in the moment. We were enjoying ourselves, and that's the importance of having the right team members with you. And by the way, I didn't know any of them. So this happened by the power of God.
Yes.
God put us together. We had so much chemistry together, as if we knew each other from a long time. And that's what these kind of expeditions do to you, because you have a deep connection now.
Yeah.
Because of what you're doing, you have the same goal, you have the same challenge, you have the same opportunity. You're going together. You want to achieve this together. You don't want to leave anyone behind together. Because as I told you, we were 6. Hamad and Kauthar were always in the front. Ahmed was behind them. I was always in the middle. And behind me was Hassan and May. But sometimes I'll be with Hassan. Okay, sometimes I'll be with May. Sometimes I'll be with Ahmed. Sometimes I'll be with Kauthar or Hamad. I was moving around depending on the situation. And we kept watching for each other. Sometimes you don't see anyone.
You're alone.
Yeah, you don't see anyone.
It's cloudy, you mean?
You see other people.
Okay.
But you don't see your team members because we are so spread around. Okay. So we had times that were I wouldn't say scary to me, but there were times that you think, where are they?
Did you find any inspiring moment where you felt like, okay, this is a moment, man?
Absolutely. You have inspiration everywhere if you look.
Yes.
You have inspiration everywhere. For example, you are walking and you see a very old man with his own sticks and walking the same path you're taking. And then this inspires you. There is life when we grow up, when we grow old, okay? But if I talk about one inspiring story from this whole trip, it would be a story that happened in Fakding, the 3rd place during the expedition. We were having breakfast. We were getting ready to go to Namshi. And I was sitting this way, facing the wall of the restaurant, and the door is on my left-hand side, in my vision.
Okay.
So there was a moment I knocked on the table. I said, guys, look at this. Look, but don't look so fast. Look on the left. And they said, what? I said, there is a blind lady who's going to Everest Base Camp. Blind. So none of you have any excuse not to make this. And we were, at all, so, this is amazing. Because we experienced walking from Lukla to Fakding, and we could imagine what's next.
Yes.
Up, down, rocks, so many things.
Already something, thinking already.
Yeah.
Give up also.
So having a blind person, and I hate using the word blind because she's not blind. She has a vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if someone who cannot see can take this path and reach to Everest Base Camp, what excuses we have. Not only for Everest, in our life.
Yeah.
I know so many blind people who are very inspiring. And we are, as human beings, we are very good in coming up with excuses. You can find 1 million excuses not to do something. But this lady from Ireland, she found all the opportunities during this path. Why can't I do it?
Yeah.
Why I shouldn't be doing it? And thank God, we met again. We never met across the trail. We never met. Not once. We met when we were stuck in Lukla. We were in a cafe and she was sitting with her group. And you could tell they made it. And I made up an excuse and I went and I sat with them and started talking to them and telling them more on Bahrain. And I just wanted to sit and be next to her.
Okay.
And if there is one thing that I regret, not taking a picture with her.
Okay.
Her name is Jennifer, and she's a hero. She was featured on BBC. There was an article about her. So I'm telling everyone watching this, don't make excuses. Move, work, do whatever it takes to get what you want in this life. Because if Jennifer can take this path, and by the way, this path is 62 kilometers, up and down, small rocks, big rocks, suspension bridges, animals passing by you could knock you off, you have all these physical risks, plus the oxygen, lack of oxygen, and all the harsh weather conditions. If someone like that can do this, we shouldn't be thinking about things that will stop us from doing things. We should think, how can we do it? Okay? So again, this is mental. Yeah. It's not physical, it's mental. Otherwise, he would think, why should I do this? I don't have to do this. I'm a blind person.
Yeah.
Why should I take all this risk? What if I fall? What if I slip? What if I injure myself? So she was not thinking about all of this. And I'm sure she had a great team with her. Because I met Jason, he was the main guide for them. He was a fantastic guy. So that's that again. Once you have the right team with you, you can do anything.
When you see this giant mountain, huge mountains, when you're standing in front of them, how does it feel like, man? You feel small. And
we are very small. We are very tiny.
Nothing, tiny.
We are very tiny.
All the ego.
All the ego, all the show off. It's not there. Finish.
Really, huh?
Yeah. I don't care what car you drive in Bahrain, what house you have. Over here, we're all the same. We're facing the challenge of Everest. That's it. And you become very humbled. Because if you're a man or a woman who look down at restaurants, over there, eat.
Whatever you get.
Eat or you'll be hungry. And when you are hungry, you cannot walk. And you cannot walk, they'll put you in a helicopter, they send you back. That's it. You go back to your country saying, I couldn't make it. Why? Because, I was very picky in my food. So that doesn't work. You come over here, that's it. My friend, we use toilets in the middle of the jungle. All toilets. I was feeling back in the 50s. I didn't experience the 50s, but this is what people talk about. You have a toilet outside the house, and it's not a real toilet, it's just a box to cover you. We had that. We had that experience. You have your bottle of water, whatever, you wash yourself and get out. Don't tell me, I don't like this toilet. It's not. No, you just do what you have to do. That's it. So you become very humbled.
Yeah.
Very humbled. And Ganesh, our guide, when it comes to food, he will come to us. Let's say this is the breakfast. We're having breakfast now. He'll come. Okay, beautiful people. Here's the menu again. What do you want for lunch? I said, man, we're just having our breakfast. Leave us alone. I said, no, we have to decide because they need to cook it. So in the last few days, I was very mechanical. What do you want for breakfast? Oatmeal with honey. Okay. He'll come again. What do you want for lunch? Tomato pizza without the mozzarella cheese. What do you want for dinner? Cheese sandwich with tomato. For God's sake, leave us alone. We don't have much options. So we're just repeating, And the other team members, they had more dal bhat than I had. I thought I had it twice, and I thought, you guys, I don't want to have more of this. Finish. No. And the reason many people like to have dal bhat is it's refillable. When you finish your rice, they can give you more rice. When you finish your dal, they can give you more dal. And this is so cultural. This is so traditional. Even they have T-shirts sold in the market. Dal bhat power, 24 hours. Okay, so they have these T-shirts because this is cultural
so much
thing.
Fascinating.
When we reached to the Everest Base Camp, we had Chilean people from Chile. They were a large expedition, so it was GCC plus Chile, Latin America plus GCC. We had a very big group photo together. And Hamad from Abu Dhabi, he said, "Take one more photo of them. I'll make them laugh now." I say, "Okay, what would you say?" Say, "You will see now." So they were getting ready. Hamad said, "Okay, everybody, say dal bhat." And they were laughing. I said, "Oh, you're very clever. You used it in a nice way to make it work." So much culture over there. So dal bhat.
Who was the sponsor? This is by you guys only, or somebody was?
We paid for it ourselves. I'd love to have sponsors, but I'll tell you something. This decision was so quick. I told you, I saw this Instagram post, 16th of January. A few days, decided, finish. And then I tried to get sponsors. Unfortunately, Gulf Air does not fly to Nepal anymore. So that was one quick sponsor that I lost. Then we had a ticket on Fly Dubai. I contacted a friend of mine who owns a travel agency. I said, can you try to see if you can get a free ticket from Fly Dubai? He said, they will not give you anything. All these airlines are trying to compensate whatever they lost during the Corona time. I said, yeah, makes sense.
So most of the expense goes for the flights.
It's flight plus the expedition itself. So ultimately, I got nothing. But hopefully in the future, when you plan things in advance, maybe you can get. Because if you think about it, we have a few sports shops in Bahrain that they sell hiking gear and things like that. And today I talked to someone to see if he can get me some marketing contacts so that in the future I approach them again. So we had to pay this. But as I told you, this is 1,000, 1,500. This is not like paying 20,000 for the Everest summit. Yeah? And by the way, when I say 20,000, this is for you only. 2 months over there. What about your family back home? You need to provide them money as well.
Right.
Yeah, so you need more than 20,000 to do this.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. But it depends on the person. Why do you want to do it? Is it just to climb and take a photo? Yeah? Because we took a pride in doing this, and we planned this from Bahrain, us and the other group members. We imagined when we reach to the rock, the Everest Base Camp, what will happen? First, we will take individual photos with the flags. Then we will have a group photo for Bahrain team. Then we will have a group photo for the entire team. And then we saw these Chileans, and I thought, with the Chileans, yeah? So we had all of this happening. And we were very, we were holding our happiness and excitement. Other people were not, People climbed on the rock and they started dancing. Yeah, so it depends on why you're doing all of this. As I told you, for me, it was a personal challenge, a physical challenge. You want to challenge yourself. I have done few adventures before. Let me take it further and further and further. Because if I don't, there's no growth, because you grow a lot during this process. You appreciate what you have in Bahrain. You appreciate your life. You appreciate many things. You are inspired when we saw Jennifer.
Yes.
She's a blind person. She's taking on this challenge.
You have witnessed it.
This tells you what can you do in your life. You can do a lot if you want to. Because again, going back to the mind.
And he plans to write a book on this experience.
I'll tell you something, and this is in all frankness, and I'm very frank. I designed a book cover when we were there on Everest. Yeah. So the book called I had two ideas, but now I'm sticking to another idea, which is or the second idea, which is called the Everest Experience. So the Everest Experience will talk about the journey from A to Z, from talking about it in Riyadh to seeing the Instagram, and then the whole journey. That's the plan. And that's one thing that I'm doing. The other thing I'm doing now is I have developed a new keynote speech. It's called Leadership Lessons from Everest. And I'll tell you, there are so many lessons.
Yeah.
And let me tell you about the real heroes of our trip. Because now I'm sitting next to you, I'm talking about how great I am. But this was not possible without the real heroes of this story. We had the Sherpa people with us. We had 3 porters. And they were carrying our load, our bags. We had our backpack, but they had the big one.
Okay.
Each one carried 2. And you're talking about weight 30 kg, 35 kg, and these guys will carry this weight on their head, using their back and necks, and they'll walk the same path we walked every day. Every day. So when we leave the hotel, they'll come take our bags, they'll wrap them in a way. Each one will take 2 bags, they'll put it on their bags, on their heads, and they'll walk on the same rocks, whether small, whether big, whether downhill, whether uphill, they'll be walking with us.
Interesting.
Okay? So they are the real heroes. Because we are just walking, if you think about it.
The labor work is done.
The labor work is done. And that's why I'll recognize them in the book. And one of the leadership lessons I think we should have from this is that even an uneducated porter can teach you a leadership lesson. We had a porter called Ashok. He always took care of the last person in our group. He would stick with that person all the way. And he has this load in his head. He will rest, he will watch, he will support, he will offer even to take your backpack just to help you move. And this is true leadership.
Yeah.
Yes, he's uneducated. He knows nothing. He doesn't have a university degree. But how many leaders we have in the business community who will come and coach an underperformer in their company? Most people will tell you, most leaders will tell you, fire them.
Yeah.
If they are not performing, fire them. We give them enough time. Okay? We give them enough time, we give them enough chance. But this guy, Ashok, he would stick with the last person in our group to make sure they are safe, to make sure they arrive at the destination. That's leadership. Yeah. And that's why on the last day when we went to Everest Base Camp, we were in Gorakship, we were celebrating, and May had her birthday during the month of May, but she wanted to celebrate when we reached the Everest Base Camp. So she requested our guide Ganesh if he can coordinate with the kitchen if they can make a cake, and they made her a cake, chocolate cake. Yeah. And Ganesh came. There were 2 candles burning, and we started singing for her. And then they brought the cake, and we took pictures of her and the cake. And then she started cutting the cake. And this was a lesson in creativity. Kauthar had a piece. And Kauthar said, this tastes different. There's something in this cake. And when I heard her say that, and May gave me a piece, I said, no, give to the others. When something remains, you bring it back to me.
Okay.
And then Kauthar said, oh my God, this is not a cream, this is mayonnaise.
Oh, okay.
So when you decorate a cake, you have this white cream.
Okay.
They didn't have white cream, so they put mayonnaise. So this was a lesson of creativity from the chef. Oh. So use whatever you have, just make it look good, and that's it. So all the people in the restaurant, including a large Saudi group, they all had chocolate cake with mayonnaise for the first time in their life. Of course, they didn't know about it.
In this podcast, I might not be able to pull out all the experiences where you can express yourself, but are you planning any speech or the event where you can share all these experiences and lessons and something related to leadership and business?
Absolutely. See, the ultimate joy is to share your experience, your knowledge with others. All right. And as I told you, I'm preparing the content for the speech because if you think about it, the book, the speech, they all complement each other.
Yes.
All the media coverage that I had in the magazines and the newspaper, they complement each other. So I'll be compiling all of this, and of course I can supplement these with pictures because during the trip we took pictures and videos.
How many pictures did you take?
Okay. I'll tell you something before I tell you how many pictures and videos I took. Usually I tell people when you go on a trip, control yourself.
Yeah.
Enjoy the sceneries, be in the moment, take it in, don't take so many pictures.
Yeah.
This time I took only 3,500
just not less, man.
3,500. Yeah, but I'll tell you what. I was the official photographer of the group. So I was taking pictures of Ahmed, Hassan, May, Hamad,
so
Kauthar.
It's like you're multiple.
Yeah, so I was doing so many things. I had a very long job description with the group. I'm making them laugh, inspiring them, and taking pictures of them, taking care of them. And we had a system. Maybe we didn't talk about this. We should talk about it. We had a buddy system. When you go diving, they have this buddy system where if we go dive, we need to watch for each other.
Okay.
I need to watch. You're okay. You watch whether I'm okay. If you're not feeling okay, you will have to give me a sign that you're not feeling okay, and I have to take care of you. So we were asked by Dr. Ali to have buddy system. So I knew Ahmed and Hassan are so friends for a long time, for more than 20 years.
Okay.
And I wanted to break them. Said, I will take Hassan as my buddy.
Okay.
So that was, I was doing it for fun.
Okay.
I wanted to split them. You have been friends forever. Okay. So Ahmed became the buddy of Hamad, and Kauthar and May, they were buddies. So that's how we took care of each other, and even the Diamox, the tablets we took, the buddy should remind the other buddy that we need to take this.
Exercise.
So this was all part of the experience.
It was organizers helping you for this kind of activities, or you planning for them?
No. Dr. Ali told us it's better so that. You take care of each other. You check on. So if I come in the morning, I don't see Hassan. I say, where is Hassan? I need to go and see is he okay or not? Okay. So this is in a way to split responsibility of taking care of each other. Just like when you go on scuba diving, you have the buddy to watch for the other partner diving with him or her. So we had so many things that you can apply in life.
So much to learn from.
For example, when the new year came, 2022, January 1st, I'm sure you put some New Year resolutions. Make more money, lose weight, and spend time with my family, write a book or something.
Go somewhere.
Okay? So now if I ask you, what have you done about your resolutions? It will put pressure on you, right? Because now you know someone is monitoring you.
Yeah.
So
accountability is there.
So there is accountability, and now you will think, oh, Mohammed will ask me, I have to do something. Before he asks, so I'm putting pressure on you. Okay, that's the body system. But it's not all about the pressure, it's about accountability and achievement.
Yes.
We go together, we achieve together. And that's what we did. We went together, we had fun together,
Nice.
we were challenged together. Ultimately, we reached there together. This was not a race, and I told you, Kauthar and Hamad were in the beginning, some people in the middle, some people in the back. It's not a race, it's about getting there.
Yeah.
That's it. At your own pace. And I'll tell you something. We all have this tendency to want things very fast. In the mountains, it doesn't happen that way. They will tell you, walk very slowly. Walk very slowly. Because when you walk fast, you know what happens to you? You gasp for air. Many times, I would stop and I'd be... My body wants air. Because I was walking fast without realizing it. Because, I usually walk fast.
Okay.
So maybe the terrain was flat. So, okay, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. But then your body will tell you, oh, stop.
Cool down.
Cool down. Okay? So just like many things in life, we need to take it slow. Take the time.
Usually when you were traveling, I remember you took one of the stones from one of the places to remember. Did you get any stones from Mount Everest?
Yes. Do you remember the stone I brought?
Yeah. Did you get any stones this time?
I brought one stone from the Atlas Mountains at a height of 1,800 meters. So this time you're talking about 5,364 meters. Of course you need to get a stone. Of course. So we reached there.
Okay.
And the stone idea was there in my mind. We took so many group photos, we took videos, we took everything. The stone idea was in my head. Took more photos, more videos. And then I left without taking the stone.
Oh.
When did I realize that? When we were in the restaurant and the tea house in Gorak ship. And there is no way you go back because you will not walk. It's in the evening. It's finished.
Okay.
You cannot go to the base camp in the evening. And I will not go for a stone. So I was very upset. I was sitting like this. And I told Ganesh, our guide, Ganesh, I'm very upset. I said, why? You made the achievement. Why you're upset? I said, no, I had this idea of having one stone from base camp. I keep it in my office. If anyone comes and say, what's this? I tell them, this is from Everest Base Camp. I went there in May 2022. So this is a stone from the big rock that had the writing, Everest Base Camp, 5,364 meters. So this stone from there, this is a reminder that I went there. He said, okay, relax, don't be upset. I said, come on, Ganesh, how can I... He said, I'll tell you something. When we go to Lukla, they will search your bag. If they see a stone, they will confiscate the stone. Okay. You are not allowed to take stones from the base camp. So relax. When he said that, I was like, oh, good. Now I don't have to feel bad about this. But sometimes things happen. Yes. Things happen. Yes. So we plan for things. And one of the things that I wouldn't say I was upset or something with my team members. When we took so many pictures of the base camp, all the pictures were dark because they were taking pictures of me against the sun. So sun, camera, you become black. But you can always edit, and that's the beauty. You can always edit. Well, sometimes you don't want to see you don't want to see an edited photo. It's edited. You have this feeling. No, this is not
natural.
Yeah, it's not. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and just accept whatever you have.
It's very interesting, man. I feel like going there now. So, any tips for me and people who want to go and try this trekking at Mount Everest?
See, this is an advice not only for Everest. Everest could be anything. Everest could be anything. Finishing a degree, getting a job, getting a promotion.
It doesn't have to be Mount Everest.
It doesn't have to be a mountain. Prepare, research the objective, research the challenge, prepare, execute, finish. Okay. If you don't make it from the first time, try another time. It's very interesting you asked this question because when we were in Namche Bazaar, we had 2 days. So the second day, after going to the Everest Viewpoint Hotel to see Mount Everest, which was covered by the clouds that day, we came back, we had our lunch, and then we had a free time in the afternoon. So we went to a coffee shop. It had a very nice name. And the owner of the hotel owns that coffee shop. The cafe's name is 8848, which is Everest height. Okay, so we went there. We ordered brownies, black coffee, and they ordered apple pie and other things. I was focusing on the brownie only. The apple pie and the other things, they don't attract me so much. So we heard someone come inside and say, "Assalamu alaikum, are you Arabs?" I said, "Yeah, we are Arabs. Hi." And he turned out to be a Saudi gentleman. His name is Saud Al-Aidi. And he summited Mount Everest in 2019. Oh. So he went there, 8848. And we met him in Cafe 8848. And we had a good chat with him. And he was telling us, "So how are you ready?" And I told him, "Look, man, I'm going to do this. Either on my foot, or on the back of a donkey, or on the back of a yak, or on the back of a horse.
Decided.
I'm doing this. I'm doing it no matter what. And if I don't have all these other options that I talked about, I'll come back again and do it." So I have to do it. Sometimes when you set your mind to achieve something, you just go and do it. And as I told you, my physical preparation was average. But I managed to do it.
Yeah.
Hassan, zero physical preparation. But in his mind, he will do it. And he's done it. And by the way, we had a nickname for Hassan: the conqueror of mountains and the destroyers of stones. That's his name.
Why destroyer?
Yeah, because when we were walking from Fakding to Namche, I was mostly walking with him. So I had this idea: let me just pull out my phone and take a selfie video with Hassan. And I asked him this question. It's very casual conversation, very unplanned. Say, "Hassan, how do you describe this day in the expedition?" In 3 words. He said, "Flat." So what do you mean, flat? He said, "Flat means like this. But what we are experiencing now is this." And we were laughing. So every now and then I would take a selfie video with Hassan, an interview, and we will talk casually, no plans. And people who were following me on Instagram, they were having a good time. And there were some days that we didn't have internet. They were asking me when we got the internet, "We want Hassan back." So he became the sensation of my Instagram stories. Everyone is asking about Hassan. And this is all part of the atmosphere you create.
Yes.
As I told you, I never met Hassan before. We just met during this trip. Okay. And you develop this chemistry. Why? Because you're facing a challenge. And a challenge will always bring people together. So if you want to bring your team together, no matter what team we're talking about,
take up some challenge.
Take up some challenge. Winning a trophy, winning a project, delivering something That's how you develop, that's how you expand your limits, and that's how you achieve. Very simple. Now, the blind lady, Jennifer, she will always remember this trip. She will always remember the people who were with her in the trip, because without these people, that mission would not have been possible. And this is just applicable to our group as well. We each lifted each other. And I'll tell you something. Sometimes you have knowledge that you don't want to share as a leader.
Yeah.
And this is a lesson, very important lesson. When we walked from Fakding to Namche, everyone in the group was saying, look guys, we finished Namche, now we can tackle anything. But I knew there would be another challenge during this expedition. And that challenge was Labouche to Gorakshep. Because the terrain over here was too bad. Too bad. Big rocks, small rocks, uphill, downhill. No flat, you know. So on the night we finished the expedition, I told them about this. I knew about this all this time, but I never wanted to tell you. Because if I told you, you would have been discouraged.
Yes.
And someone said, Ahmed, I think, said, good you didn't tell us. And he was doing like this. Good you didn't tell us. Because sometimes you don't want to tell these bad things to people, you know. And
demotivates you.
Demotivate them. So again, you need to play different roles. If you know something, you need to think, should I tell them? Should I be silent about this? So all of this you do in this trip of 15 days. And if you ask me, this is like going to a prestigious school. You are learning so much in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So this is the Everest Base Camp Expedition.
Somebody should try. Yeah.
Everyone should try this if they can. If they can, mentally, physically, and if they have the budget. You know, I think there are people who go every now and then to this. They make it a ritual to go every other year, just to be fit. Because you know, when you go over here, you need to be fit. You need to prepare mentally, and when you can do this, you can do so many things in life. Trust me, you can do so many things in your life.
I think asking why questions will be not so great, but I don't mind becoming stupid even at the end also. So if you were to ask, like, what is the deep question for you, why you are going for this, you know, what would be that deeper question for that? Deep answer from you.
Deep answer, I wouldn't think of a deep answer, because as I told you, for me this is very simple. Every now and then I have to challenge myself. If I'm not challenging myself, I'm not growing. And trust me, if you're not growing, you're not standing still.
Yeah.
You're going backward.
Yeah.
Because other people are growing and you are standing still. And I never want to be standing still.
Yes.
I should be always moving and moving.
Be in the moment.
Yeah.
Momentum.
So I need to move.
So what is next for Mohamed Isa? What is your next plan?
Now we talked about 5,000. I have a plan for 6,000. I have a plan for 7,000. I have a plan for 8,000. And ultimately, I should be over here on the summit.
Inshallah.
On the summit. Yes, I know it will take 2 months, it will take years of preparation, it will be sacrifice, but our potential is limitless as human beings. And I again want to go back to Ashok, the porter, the Sherpa. He was uneducated, but life taught him so much. To be there in the back, watching.
For him, how is it going there? I think this one is
This one is drinking masala tea for him.
Really, huh?
Yeah, this is that. I'm telling you, they have 30, 40 kilos on their head and walking. So this is what we're talking about. It makes you humble. This fragile body that you see can take all over this weight. This uneducated person will stay in the back, making sure all the members of the team will reach the next destination, whether it was Fakding, Namche, or Everest Base Camp. They will be there to help you, to push you, to carry your extra weight, the backpack, on their backs, just to make you reach. This is true leadership. This is, they call it service leadership or servant leadership. This is servant leadership. Making sure your team members do whatever they are required to do, not by being in the front and saying, come, finish. No, being with them. And walking with them and encouraging them. And they had a very nice technique. If you ask them, how long now before we arrive? 30 minutes. And this 30 minutes will be for.
I used to be training, and one of the trainers, whenever we ask him how many kilometers left, because it was early morning running in the camp training, it's like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
And it's going hours.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something, maybe we could end this over here. There is a couple, a Lebanese and a British lady we met across the trail. And when they finished the Everest Base Camp and we met again in the Gorak ship, this Lebanese gentleman, his name is Ziad, he said, when I go back to Dubai, I'll go to all the YouTube videos that I watched, and I will click, dislike. Okay. They never told us about how tough this is, okay? And his wife said, as for me, when I go back to Dubai, and after taking some rest, I will write a book called The Truth. About Everest Base Camp. Okay. And I'll tell people how tough it is. So it's tough. So this is how you challenge yourself.
It's gonna make you tough.
Yeah, when you are sitting in your home, having the running water, the cold water, the hot water, you order talabat, whatever you want. There is nothing like that over there. Mm-hmm. You're living in the 60s and the 50s. Nothing. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Mm-hmm. So this challenges you. This is one. Two, it makes you appreciate what you have in your life. Mm. And this is very important because there are people who have everything, but to them, they have nothing. So when you go over there and you see, there was one scene when we were walking from Lukla to Fakding. There were some young girls. They were playing with a small ball. It wasn't a ball. It was something they made up like a ball. And they were dribbling with that thing.
Interesting.
So it makes you really appreciate what you want, what you have.
That's it, man. This is something I experienced in 1 hour. The Mount Everest thing, and also learning the leadership lessons from that. I was telling you in the beginning that he's gonna hurt you guys, but I'm sure you might have seen him sharing all what he got. And make sure that you are watching and supporting me and watching his content. Follow him, look at it in the description, check out, click the button, whatever you can do it to support me and Mohamed Isa. You can always keep track on what he's doing. You will always get inspired. I have seen him always doing something, always active, and this is something which I will ask personally, what drives him so much? Something secret, some strategy, some secret. Maybe in my book I will write it. See you guys.
See you. Take care.
Take care. Assalamu alaikum.